everybody, welcome back to my channel. Lovecraft Forever with you. Now we have this very interesting project today that we're gonna do together, also experiment at the same time. So I did this, I showed you guys before, this little tiny diamond painting from AliExpress. It's a little tiny unicorn, and it's a 15 by 15 centimeters. And I wanted to try something new, something to experiment. As you can see, it's like a glass and it's shiny. It's sparkle glitters up there because I did sprinkle glitter. And I made this with resin. Now I telling you right now that I do not like it. It looks good from far, right? But I put very thick layer of the resin because I want this to be look like a glass seal, and I was hoping that I will still see the sparks of the sides of the diamonds, and it's killed the sparks. So what you can see now, you can see those drills up there, but they not sparkle. It's a glitter sparkles that I sprinkle to kind of help to keep a spark a little bit. So I want to try today and do a little bit differently. Also, I think was my mistake, I used this for this one. I used this clear cast, was an easy cast, clear cast in epoxy. But my mistake was I didn't really realize that it's not supposed to be. You see how yellow? That's mean this product already expired or sitting too long in your drawer. Like this one is nice, pure and white, but this one is supposed to be, I don't know, it's supposed to be white, I believe. I don't know, but when I'm looking at here in a picture, it looks like this person pouring from the other bottle and looks like it's clear on a glass, right? So I think my product was expired, so I'm not using it right now, but just for the reference to show you guys that if you see yellow color like this, toss it or use it as a to create something, to add alcohol ink in it, or maybe some mica powder to make it colorful but not clear cast. It's not going to be clear anymore. So I think that's kind of cost me too a little bit of sparkles. So I went to Michael's and I got this one, and it's nice and fresh. Everything is pure white. As you can see, two parts, they are white. So that's what I'm gonna use today for this project, and I will do much different than I did before. First of all, okay, I'm gonna use my little cups to measure. Now also I want to show you how I did this. Okay, I did not prepare for this again. So anyway, pretend it's your canvas and you wanna, it's a nice and soft and wiggly canvas, right, when you start. So what I did, I cut it out all the ends of the border around canvas. Then I put some kind of thing on the bottom, and then pretend this is like a cardboard or something, size of this. So I cut it out, put on the top, and I just for in case I put it foil wrap it around my square. So just for in case it sticks. So as you can see in here, a little bit foil actually stick to it, and some resin went under, but nobody gonna see this side anyway. And because it's resin, it doesn't frill your canvas ever because the resin seal. So then I put like this in some kind of container on the bottom, or maybe like a cardboard box. So when you pour resin on the top, the resin would be slide from other sides and drip down. So you need something in the bottom to catch that excess of the resin. And I left this, and then I cover with clear container on the top, high enough not to touch this diamond painting and to protect dust not fall on it while it's curing for you can have 48 hours, you can have a 72, whatever, depends how thick resin you pour. So I was keeping it for a few days before I actually even try to undo. So that's how I did this one. But now I'm gonna work with canvas, and this canvas is from Pretty Neat Creative. Now I did have some problems with this canvas, and I can link it up for you on the corner. If this is right corner for you, it's gonna be here, link, so you can see what kind of problems I had with this painting. Okay, but also I did fix the all good. Now this canvas is perfect. There is no popping drills, and once again I'm gonna link it up for you how I fix it, and that's worked very well for me and should work for you if you have same problems. So I decided to experiment on this one because like in here it's round drills, so obviously I want to try on square drills so we can have kind of comparison between two different kind of drills and how this gonna work. So for this canvas, and while we're talking, also I will link it up for you, a link under my video to this canvas if you like to purchase. And while we're talking, I'm just gonna use my gloves to protect myself. Also, it's good if you use some kind of mask because the product is really stinky. But for the sake of video, I need to talk to you guys, so I'm not gonna use this one so you can hear me very well. So, but I will use gloves to protect my nails, and I don't want sticky hands. Okay, now because this is resin, I choose to work with the brush that I wouldn't be sorry if I have to throw away. This is just a cheap brush from dollar store. I do have a nice and fancy one, the one like a round shape for the Mod Podge from Michael's store. But I think if I'm gonna use for my resin, I don't think I can clean good enough that brush to use later on with something else. I just don't want to ruin, because that brush is really expensive. So that's why I choose to work with the cheap one, but big enough to kind of cover up a little bit. So I'm gonna use this little containers, and I just will pour full of them because you need to have equal amount, 1-to-1 ratio of this product. So that's what we're gonna do. I think because when I make my first time this unicorn, I put way too much resin, and I kind of didn't want it to waste it, and I didn't kind of prepare to do anything else with it. So that's why I pour so much on the other diamond, on my unicorn. There was just like way too much, so I did not like that because you cannot see the diamonds anymore. So hopefully today I will show you a little bit different way, and it's gonna be my and yours experiment, and hopefully I will like it so I don't ruin diamond painting. But if I do, this is for a good cause, guys, because then you will know what to do. It's all for you. I will sacrifice my beautiful wish girl, and for some reason I believe we're gonna make it right this time. And I'm just gonna cover a little bit area, not a whole canvas, so we can see the difference between where resin will be on canvas and how this gonna look like, if it's gonna sparkle. And also you can see how it's look different whereas no resin. So that's why I'm gonna cover right now like just a half, or depends how much resin I will have here. And if I like it, then I will go ahead and cover whole canvas sometime, different time, you know, and keep this video as a reference for you to watch. But also I would like to have this canvas to be finished. If I like it, then I like to have a whole thing, or maybe I just even will to keep a half and half for the future show as a reviewer. Now also guys, if you're using two different cups and you don't have many, or like you can afford to buy all the time new cups, you can save these cups. You just have to mark A and a B, so and then you mark A and a B on the bottles, so you don't mix them, and you can reuse these cups over and over, just if you pour in same chemical inside, same resin parts. So then you just like cover them in some kind of container or Ziploc bags even, and then you can keep reusing them. They're not gonna harden because you're not mixing a product together. So this is just like have to save a little bit of your money. And these cups I got it from actually restaurant, not restaurant, Wendy's, well you call it restaurant, fast food restaurant. This is cups for the ketchup for you to go. So I just took few for my tutorial. Okay, I'm gonna put this away, and now we have to mix it for 2 minutes, and I'm planning to put very small, like a thin layer, so I still can see and feel diamonds, but all those grooves would be sealed, because you have no idea how many times I have been asked same question over and over from my new viewers. What do I use to seal my diamond paintings? And guys, I never do. I never seal my diamond paintings. I take care of those diamonds so good after I finish my painting that I don't need any sealing. I like to have a natural shine. Why would I ruin diamonds with some kind of glue, Mod Podge, or whatever other spray that is look horrible? You can see spray in those grooves, have those glue clog between the diamonds. I do not like that. That's why I never seal, never. But today we're gonna experiment, and if this work and look good, then I guess this is the way it's gonna be. So I hope you will enjoy this video. And I did not check my time how much I'm mixing, but we're gonna mix for at least 2 minutes, so just keep talking. Okay, now I'm just like looking on this diamond painting. Now it's very important to make sure you have a very straight surface for your diamond painting to cure. I did cure my resin molds embellishments, and because I have a tablecloth on this table, my resins wasn't sitting straight enough, so I learned that mistake, and that's why I put my diamond painting on the board, like a pin board that I decorated for my videos, just to put some kind of pretty paper into it. So I will take it to the spot that there is like very straight surface level, so I don't have a resin moving around from one side to another. So now I'm just thinking, I wish I can hear you, which part of the picture we should cover, bottom or top, or maybe just like a corner. Well, we'll see how much resin, because it's almost well, not a half, but it's like in here on a cup, a little bit less than a half of this cup right now I have. As you can see, I created lots of bubbles, but we're gonna use heat gun to get rid of bubbles. They will pop very fast, no problem. You think it's 2 minutes yet? I wish I check my time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, just to make sure my resin all mixed up good, because this cups, because these cups have kind of like a grooves on the inside too. So now I'm just gonna mix a little bit with this brush and kind of mix all those sides, make sure it's all mixed. I could mix with the brush right away, but stick usually work good. And now I'm just gonna mix on the inside, make sure all the sides is mixed. Okay. So what I gonna do, I'm gonna zoom camera a little bit close to the canvas, and I will do probably the area that was most troubled, and that was this corner. This jacket was coming out beads badly. So let's see how this will work, and hopefully when resin get them a little bit wet, they're not gonna come out with the brush. So let's hope for the best. So I'm gonna try like a little square in here for now, to the half of the canvas, to the little girl arms kinda, and if I have enough resin, we're gonna finish all the way. So I'm gonna try to stay away from the very edge, so the resin wouldn't leak out from the canvas. Okay, just okay, guys, can you see it, what I'm doing? Okay, and I'm gonna get like the before last bead. I will brush very slowly right now. I want to have a layer as thin as possible. So if you can see like a puddle of the resin, you just keep rubbing it so it's go all into the grooves between diamonds, but not like on the top of your diamonds. And I know already that I think I make way too much resin, but that's okay. I can use resin for something else, maybe for my resin molds embellishments, maybe, if I have left. Okay. It doesn't matter right now which way you go, and I would encourage you go left and right and up and down, but on the end you have to kind of smooth it out all in one direction, so you don't have, I'm not sure how much it's going to be visible or not, so we don't have a streaks lines in your resin. And I'm just really hope this is gonna work, guys, good, because so many of you like to seal your diamond paintings, especially if you don't put this under the glass. Now remember, the resin thicken with the time, okay? So depends on your resin, depends on the company of your resin. there's a different time to cure and start thicken, so you can't work anymore. So you have to kind of work fast, just for in case if it gets so thick and then you can't even spread it out anymore. So I would suggest you to make a resin little bit by little bit, like by portions, so your resin stay always fresh. I'm just gonna mark it in here, kind of, maybe, okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more up so you can see better, and then we're gonna look close up a little bit later on. And I just saw that I pull out bead, and I can see where from there. I did pull the bead. I think because resin wet, or okay, done. Or maybe that particular bead wasn't glue very well as I tie would, so this should seal. Okay, good thing I saw it stuck to my brush. I don't know, I have feeling like I might gonna like this way. So far I think looks good. I just trying to not to go overboard to keep my borders, this washi tape, nice. And sorry if I don't tuck too much. I need to pay attention what I'm doing, at least on the edges, because I don't want to run out. I just want to make sure my last bead and second bead between them resin. On the very edge it doesn't have to be, because it will be keeping in place anyway. Resin will seal and harden very strong. I don't know why I didn't do this my first time. I decided to pour. I thought it's gonna be nice and pretty, looks like a glass. So I think this one diamond painting gonna be not as hard like this one. It's gonna be bendable if you put on a not straight surface even after it's cured, I think, because it's so thin, but we will see. So like right now I'm just gonna rub all the way in one direction, because this side it's all with resin now. I just want to make sure it's kind of like a wipe out. Just want to make sure it's all kind of like a one line where I go this way somehow here. And definitely I have enough to do on a whole canvas, so I don't know if I should just do it or not. I wish I can hear you guys. Should I do it or not? The whole canvas instead of just the half. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use almost on a whole canvas. Okay, I'm gonna do almost a whole canvas. I just said the fur. Okay, because I have so much resin left yet, I'm gonna do another half in here and just leave this corner without resin, like in here. I leave it open so we can see the difference later on the gems, how they sparkle or not, okay? Because that's just way too much left in here to waste it, so let's use it up. Okay. And if I gonna like it, I was like, okay, good thing I did that. Okay. Okay. Somewhere else. I pull out bead from somewhere else. Brown bead. Oh, okay, here. There. Go back up there. Don't you play with me. Okay. Let's continue. Yes, when you do this, be careful. Make sure you don't pull beads. They were sitting good, but I guess when I work in this, the brush and resin, because it's a little thick, pulling away. Plus it wasn't like a hanging on a wall, it was laying, so maybe that way I thought it looks good and I don't need any preservations, like, you know, put something on the top. Okay. Shoot. Okay, I can see fur. I forgot to check with the magnifying glass my canvas if it's nothing stick to it, and sometimes I can see the puppy or cat fur. Unfortunately, as much as I try to keep it away and clean, it's still sneaking away, you know. But what are we gonna do if we love our pets? We just have to be careful. Okay, what we see here. How much more in here? Okay, I'm just gonna leave it from here to this door, and then the rest of it's gonna be not sealed, so we can compare later if we like it or not. Because if I seal a whole picture, then we can really see the difference. So I think I'm gonna stop right in here, and now I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do like with the side of the brush, not like flat, but not flat way, but side way, to kind of rub it like this, and maybe excess of resin to put back in the jar, because I really want it to be as thin as possible. And just for in case if it's gonna leak or something, I did put cover sheet from Diamond Painting, clear sheet that I have. I'm just going with the like a corner of my brush to make sure it's going to the grooves between. and at the same time pull away some extra of the resin that I don't want this to be too much of this soaked. Okay, I think it's looked good so far. Okay, so what we have here, I still can see my diamonds, and I'm gonna bring camera close. So the beads is sticking out, but all resin went between diamonds. If you like the way my unicorn look like a glass, then you just pour lots. It's gonna dry longer, but it will dry thicker, looks like a glass. But I'm not promised, guys, you're gonna have a diamond sparkle. You will have to sprinkle very, very fine glitter like I did on unicorn if you wanna see some kind of sparkles. Otherwise it just looks like a glass and shiny glass, but no diamonds cuts. You cannot see that, unfortunately. Okay, so I finished with this one. Now I'm gonna put something. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna put this aside in here, and I'm gonna show you a little bit close. Let's see how much we can zoom. Just a minute. There. Okay. So let's see. Or maybe I can bring the diamonds to you. You can see how it's all between diamonds, but diamonds still sticking up. So the very, very points of the diamonds not covered. So I'm gonna leave this on a very straight surface somewhere, and I will put some kind of, oh, hold on, sorry about that. I'm gonna put on a straight surface, and I put something on the top that will cover my picture from a dust, so nothing can fall while it's cured, because later you can take it off. So some kind of extra cardboard, maybe like put 4 glasses on each corner and put cardboard on the top of them, so it still have air and breathable, but whatever is landing from the top from your air will not land on a diamond painting. And I will get back to you guys when it's all cured, so we can see how this is gonna look like together. So it's gonna be around 42 hours for sure, if it's not longer. Okay, and then we will come back and see how this is gonna look like. So see you then. Welcome back, guys. It has been 3 days now when I finish together with you and put resin over this diamond painting, and that's from Pretty Neat Creative. Gorgeous, gorgeous wish girl. I think that's what called wish list. And I'm just gonna say that, you know, if you do like this tutorial and you do like an end have this picture look like, you have to give a credit to with creative No, what was her name? Okay, I'm gonna put in my description. But her name is Viv. She was on my case to do this tutorial very often. So basically, she pushed me to do this for everybody's own sake, to see if this is work or not. And I thank you for that, for pushing me, and now we did, and we're gonna examine this diamond painting. So if you remember, I did not put resin to this part of my canvas. So like from the doorway in here and to this line, have kind of like a door, I do not have resin here. So let me lift this painting off this board and show you. So this is no resin in here, okay? And here is resin. As you can see, it's stiff. It's not fallen, it stays straight. It's bendable. If you put on something, how can I show you better? If you're not putting a straight surface, is the possibility it will bend, because I put very thin layer. But is it lose the sparkle or not? So let's see. Here is the canvas without resin, and here is canvas with resin. So do you see the difference? So definitely sparkles side of the like I'm gonna show you very close the canvas, how this look like. You see how all this resin went between beads. So definitely you don't have to worry that your beads will fall out. Also, if you want to glue diamond painting to the painter canvas and just leave it as it is, you can easily later just take some damp cloth and wipe it out dust if it's any stuck. But it's kind of like a look like a glass now, and will be good just to display, even, you know, if you want to just to pin to the wall with the pins, and that's it if you don't want to frame it. But as you can see, it depends how you're looking on this canvas. It is what, for example, I'm just trying to get with the light to show you from different side. For example, like if you're looking at right now in here, you can see it's shiny, right? It looks like shiny. It looks beautiful shiny, but it's more sparkle in here where there's no resin. So this is kind of like 50-50, good and bad. Depends how you look. So when I was looking on this diamond painting from kind of like far and from this angle, I didn't see any difference from here to here. But when I'm looking straight, this part shiny more. So I'm gonna take a camera maybe in my hands right now, and I'm gonna show you from few different angle maybe to see if we can see any difference or not, okay? So I'm gonna take a camera to my hands. Definitely you can see a big difference between this project that beads are under the resin. So it's totally covered. It's smooth like a glass. I can feel a little bit, only bits of glitter maybe, because I sprinkle glitter just on the top of this resin. And in here you can see that top of the beads I still can see it, and this is round, this one's square. So let's see, try straight, see how this look like. You could even put, I don't know if you can put even thinner layer, so don't have too much like in the grooves. As much as I try, the resin, like you saw me try to put some back in a jar, but that's how it's work. it did not came out like on the sides. I was doing the resin like half of this last bead, so just go into this groove but doesn't go on the end, so I don't have a spillage on my edge. So I think it looks okay. And if we look in here, that's the corner that we don't have resin. And if I go this way, you see the sparks kind of, we losing the spark. But also when I was looking like last night from the side view, I don't know, maybe this way, you see it's sparkling. You can see spark, it's moving along. So I can't tell you if I like it or not. So you tell me in the comments, what do you think about this experiment? Do you like this way or not? You see it's shining, it is sparkle. It looks like diamonds sparkling, right? But then again, it's much more in here. But it's totally sealed now. We do not have problem with pop and drill it whatsoever. Because sometimes we fix it and they will still be loose. So let me know what you think about. And Viv, thank you so much for suggestion for me to do, because she saw this little picture and I did not do tutorial about this, and she really wanted so I can show how I did this. So I think this way I like better, because I still can see beads, and I think the sparkles between these two, you see, I see diamond sparkle here. It's just like a glass, that's it. So definitely this way is better. I hope you guys like this tutorial, and I would love to hear in the comments what you think about this, if this was waste of time or big help for you. I don't know, let me know, okay? And I thank you all for watching this video. Have a good day.